A month ago, I made a video where I speculated on the cast of Big Brother 22, and make sure to keep watching it because the views keep going up and we're really close to 1,000, so let's try to get to 1,000 views. But now that I've speculated on the cast, I actually now get to react to the cast. And like we all suspected, it is going to be an All-Star season, but, wait. What did they just do to the Big Brother logo? Anyways, the cast has been more or less released. If there are people that I mention in this video that aren't, on the show, I apologize, but I got this list from a very reputable source. If I believe it's called Big Brother Junkie, Big Brother Junkies. So if you want to look up Big Brother Junkies BB22 cast list, that's where I got all this information. Alright, so starting off, we have Josh Martinez, the winner of Big Brother 19. Really, Big Brother 19 was, the first season where I was, really getting into the show. I mean, I'd seen the seasons before that, but this was really, the season where, Big Brother, practically took over my life. And Josh Martinez, I remember when I saw him at the beginning of season 19, I wasn't super impressed. He seemed kind of rude, and then he had kind of, a 180. And, honestly, if he is going to be on this next season, I kind of have pretty high hopes for him because, he wasn't the diabolical mastermind of his season. He was, I don't know, just kind of the underdog is I guess that I'd say that. And I mean, it's almost like this is him getting a second chance when he didn't even need one. I'm starting to notice a trend here because the next one is Nicole Franzel, who actually won the season 18 right before Josh did. And, I love Nicole. She's definitely been, one of the most popular players of kind of my generation of Big Brother, the generation that I really started watching, because Big Brother 16 was one of the first seasons I'd ever really seen. Well, actually, it was Big Brother 15, but, yeah. I've always liked Nicole Franzel. I mean, she's the reason Fruit Loop Dingus has been in my lexicon all these years. I guess I would watch her again. She wasn't that interesting on Big Brother 18 just because she was, I don't know. I feel like she probably would be a little more interesting to watch. But the other thing is I'm actually shocked to see her on this list because she just, I don't think, she got engaged to Victor from Big Brother 18, and, they moved up to Ubly, Michigan, where she lives, and he became, I think, a state trooper. So, I mean, I kind of thought that they were almost settling down a bit, so I'm surprised to see that she might be back. Once again, the nerd winner stereotype is coming back. And, I just finished Big Brother 14 a few weeks ago, watching it for the first time, and I really liked Ian, and I think, I definitely think that he deserved to win. I mean, it was kind of difficult because he was going up against, Dan Giesling, who in my opinion is the greatest player of all time, and I bet a lot of people agree with me in that. But, Ian definitely deserves to be back. He literally defeated, he was basically it was like the David and Goliath story, and he was David, and he won by a huge margin, too. So, I mean, I'd like to see him come back, especially because, gosh, it's been almost a decade since his season, so I just partly just want to see what he looks like. But, I mean, ultimately, I don't really think he would be able to win again. Really? Another guy who won a season. Okay. I'm starting to think that maybe Big Brother's trying to cash in on Survivor's Winners at War season, but I mean, it's not a terrible idea, and people have been wanting an all-winners season, but spoiler alert, not all the people on this list are winners. But anyways, next up we got Hayden Moss from Big Brother 12. This is a season I have yet to watch, but it's one that I am very excited to watch, and I definitely want to watch it because I'm very intrigued to see how the Brigade kind of folds out. That was the alliance that he was in with, I think it was Enzo, I forgot his last name, Lane, and Matt Hoffman, is that his name? Yeah. So they were all in an alliance, and they made it super far, and it was called the Brigade. I mean, if you're a Big Brother super fan, y'all know what that is. I mean, it's kind of the same thing with Ian. I think he probably might not be able to win again, but it'd be interesting to just see what he looks like now. Hey, I mean, at least this is a winner of a season that I've seen. Casey Clark from Big Brother 20. I actually didn't really see this coming, and maybe it was because I'm a huge Scotty fan, and I really wanted Scotty to win, and I was mad about how he left. But anyways, that's for a different video. I mean, Casey, I guess she could probably make it pretty far in this season. Closer to the end, she kind of turned into a bit of a comp beast on her season, so I don't know how that would work out. But, I mean, this would be very interesting to see her come back, especially because there are a few other people from her season that are also rumored to be returning. So, I don't know. That would be interesting to see, old friends, old enemies, new friends, and new enemies. Of course they're gonna get Janelle back on. I mean, it's Janelle. She's already tied with Mike Boogie for most seasons with 3. Think about it. If she gets on another season, this is gonna be her 4th season of Big Brother. Now, now this isn't really gonna make a bunch of sense, but mathematically it's correct. 4 seasons that she's been in divided by all of the 22 seasons is, I think, 5.5 seasons, which means that, this is probably not, that's basically saying that she is on a season every 5.5 seasons, but anyways, so basically, Too Long Didn't Listen. She's been on way too many seasons, and the other thing is, she's one of the legends. She's probably the greatest, one of the greatest female players, or one of the greatest players just, like, altogether. So I think she'll go in with a huge target on her back. And I mean, the other thing is, like, she's super, I don't know. I feel like she's kind of settled down too. I mean, she's got kids. I mean, I think she had kids in BB14 too. But she's like I think she's like a realtor now and all this stuff. And I thought for sure that she wasn't even going to be on this season. So yeah, I'm surprised that she's on this list too. Danielle Reyes. By far the greatest player to never win the game. In fact, some people actually think that she's better than Dan Giesling, which, I don't believe that, but I do think that she's a great player, and I'd like to see her in a new season. I mean, think about it, ironically, the last season that she's been on is, not Survivor, Big Brother All-Stars. So that'd be interesting that she's been on back-to-back All-Stars season with no other seasons in between. But no, this would be really cool to see her back, and it's another person that, like, I wonder what they look like now. That would be really cool. And I mean, for someone with the accolade of greatest to never win, I don't know if she'll make it super far. I mean, I guess she might. Honestly, I guess with all that being said, just for the poeticness of all of this, she could possibly win. I mean, it's not out of the cards. Well, if it isn't Tyler Crispin himself, it's people like him that actually have given me an idea for a YouTube video I've wanted to make for a long time about. And I don't want to go into too much about this, but about contestants that didn't let their stereotype pigeonhole themselves. And what I mean by that is, Tyler, he's a lifeguard. He's like the super buff, and I think the last person like him, the last lifeguard, well, I don't know if he was the last one, but immediately when I saw Tyler for the first time, he immediately reminded me of David Gurton from Big Brother 15, one of the worst players of all time. This David guy, he was first boot, he even said himself that he was only there for the ladies, so immediately I did not have a lot of high expectations for Tyler, but he proved me wrong because he seemed to be, a lot more smarter than David was, and he made it to Final 2. And, this guy, he wasn't afraid to make moves. David wanted to meet the ladies, right? But no. Tyler was so determined to win that he voted out his own showmance, and that was a serious showmance. Him and Angela are still together outside of the house, I'm pretty sure. So, I mean, is he gonna win again? I mean, no, probably, well, not again, but could he win? No, probably not. Only because, I mean, he did paint a huge target on his back, and ultimately, I think that all of these people, I think the one that's probably going to win is the one that, like, is the smallest threat. So maybe people like Josh. But yeah, that's kind of my 2 cents on Tyler. Cody Calafiore. Seems like it's been years since he's been on TV. Oh wait, it has been. That was 2014. Gosh, I feel old now. You know, one of the most famous runner-ups in Big Brother history, probably. But I mean, he knew who he was up against. He had plenty of chances to take Derek out, and he never did it. But now it's a clean slate. And ironically, in the beginning, no one was suspecting that Cody would be on this season, and a lot of people were saying, ooh, Derek might be. Now it doesn't seem like Derek's going to be on it at all, and now it's Cody who's going to be on it. So maybe it's a sigh of relief that he doesn't have to be on a season with Derek. And honestly, I have pretty high hopes for Cody because, sure, he's a big threat. He's a big physical threat. But, I mean, that didn't stop him from going super far in Big Brother 16. That didn't stop Tyler from going super far in Big Brother 20. Heck, I mean, Mickey from Big Brother 21. And I think the reason is because these people win competitions. The main reason Cody is going to stay and make it pretty far, I think, in this season, is that he's going to win a bunch of competitions. And honestly, I think he might be one of the front runners, in my opinion. See, this is where actually, no. Bailey, I'd say, was an all-star. I mean, she was the first juror, but gosh, she was on Big Brother 20, and that was just a very bloody season, a very, not literally, but a very figuratively gruesome season. It was almost like the West Side Story of seasons. Instead of the Jets and the Sharks, you have Faute and Level 6, and, yeah, not to throw in any more Survivor, well, I haven't said any, but, not to throw any Survivor lingo into this, but, yeah, Level 6 in the end kind of ended up pagonging Faute. I mean, this season had an astounding pre-jury where you had no idea what would happen each week, and it seemed pretty even, and then really all of the Faute members just kind of crumbled, and, Bailey was interesting to watch, and, she did win competitions, and, probably one of my favorite memories is when she got into that argument with Tyler in the living room, and I don't know what happened, but if you look closely, her mouth was all bloody. I think she must have bit her tongue or her lip or something. But yeah, I'd like to see her back. And I'm a little bit confused though, because I know she got engaged to Swaggy C on the season 20 finale. It seems like I looked her up so I could get the picture of her for this video, and it sounded like they were married already. So I mean, I don't. That might be a bit of a surprise if who gets married and then goes on Big Brother. I mean, this one, because of that, if that's true, this might be a little bit hard to believe. But no, I think if she is going to be on this season, I have very high hopes for Miss Bailey Dayton, and I think she will definitely make it a lot farther than she did on Big Brother 20. I'm going to keep this one short because I don't know a lot about Ksar. I mean, am I saying it right? I hope I'm saying it right. Comment below if I'm saying it wrong, because I would really like to know. I haven't seen a lot of the earlier seasons, and I really wish I did. I really wish I want to see the earlier seasons, and so I never really saw Ksar. But, I think he, it's been a long time since he was on, because I don't think he was on All Stars, I don't think. Oh, wait. No, I think he was. I mean, yeah. But, yeah, so I have high hopes for him. I don't know a lot about him, but I think he, it's been a long time. He kind of has a clean slate, I think. Okay. Do I think that Devon Rogers should be in the 3 Seasons Club alongside Janelle and Mike Boogie. Let me think about this. Absolutely. I mean, maybe she hasn't made it as far as either of them. I mean, Janelle made it to Final 3 twice, and, Mike Boogie won the season, and, Devon was voted out second in BB17 and then was juror number 1 in Big Brother 18. But I mean, come on. She's hilarious. She's definitely, in my opinion, one of the funniest house guests of like the modern era of Big Brother. I still laugh, especially in BB18 when like she figures out that Tiffany is just Vanessa's sister, and definitely when when Jose says that he claims that he is the Messiah of the house, just seeing the look on Devon's face, like the okay, that kind of face, always made me laugh, and I'd love to see her back, because she's funny, she's great to have in the house. But she's also a great player, and with every season, she keeps building her army more and more and more. And when I was doing my speculating video, like I said, I would keep it so that it would be a man and a woman from the past, one man and one woman from the past 8 seasons. And for BB17, I picked Shelly, and from BB18, I picked Bridget. Both because I thought that, they were individually good players. But I guess I have to say that, Devon was kind of on the short list. And now that she's rumored to be going back, she didn't really set the bar that high in her past 2 seasons anyways. But I think she could definitely beat her record and go really far. I actually surprised myself at how excited and happy I am that Amber is getting a second chance, because she wasn't really my favorite house guest in Big Brother 16, but I mean, who could blame her? She was voted out pre-jury, and I must say unfairly, because if you don't know, which if you're watching this video, you're probably a Big Brother person, and you probably do know, that season, there was a house guest named Caleb Reynolds. He is also, well, not as famous, but he was also on, I think, Survivor. I think he was in Survivor Korong, and he was, no, it was, he was on, I think, Game Changers, Survivor Game Changers, and the other one, the first one he was on was either Korong or Kagayan. I get both confused a lot. But anyways, basically Caleb on Big Brother was crazy for Amber. Totally obsessive. She agreed to go on it with him. She kind of asked him, actually. They went out on a showman's date, and it was really weird. It was a very one-way romantic relationship, and she did not reciprocate. And the thing is Caleb was part of a huge multi-house guest alliance, so, he had, somehow, Amber was stuck in the crossfires, and I mean, I guess they just decided to get Amber out. That made her a target, which is really unfair, and, I actually didn't really, I was not a huge fan of Caleb in that season. And so I'm excited that now Amber gets to just be free. And I hope that no other single male house guest develops an insane obsession over her. Because come on, guys, give Amber a break. Another classic house guest, Danny Donato. And I guess it would be cool if she was on another season. She, I guess, now that I think about it, would also be joining the 3 house guests club, because she was on Big Brother 8 and Big Brother 8 and Big Brother 13. I guess I'd see her again. That's kind of, well, not see her again. I haven't seen any of her seasons, but that's the thing, is that's I guess why I would want to see her. I guess really the only thing I have to say is Man, her dad is, he's a real firecracker on Twitter, isn't he? Definitely has some, colorful opinions, very, with vivid language opinions on some of these house guests. God, production must love Paul Abrahamian. I mean, think about this. He was on Big Brother 18 just normally, right? He came in second. Awesome. And he wasn't necessarily casted as, like, a bona fide contestant on the following season. He was let into the house because of a twist. Kevin Schluber took anonymously, I should say, took the $5,000 temptation that let him into the house. So, I guess Paul kind of got a second chance by circumstance, but he also botched that too. Yeah, he came in second the next year. So I kind of joke, hey, maybe Paul can be on again and he can come in second a third time. That would be funny, right? You know, I don't know. I kind of, he was fun to watch. He was very fun to watch on Big Brother 18. Come Big Brother 19, he turned into a dictator. He basically ran the house. Even on weeks where he didn't win head of household, he would just, he would have he had 80 million lapdogs. Half of the entire house was just, yes, Paul, we'll do anything for you. We'll do anything. Did they seriously think that's, it's kind of weak because they were like, oh, this is great. We can get carried, safe, strength in numbers, right? And it worked because anyone who opposed Paul was picked off week by week. What happened to friendship, Paul? I mean, even, in Big Brother 18, you had enemies, but at least they stayed in the house long enough to see the light of day. And hey, both times, I mean, in Big Brother 18, the opposition won up against you. And in Big Brother 19, guess what? Your right-hand man, Josh, he won. And honestly, I think it's because you made a bitter jury, Paul, and so I don't know why I'm ranting at Paul. Paul's a nice guy. He's fine. I mean, I think he said some things that were, not okay, but the weird thing is they never got aired, which was, yeah. So, in conclusion, should Paul be on another season? I mean, it would make great TV, but I just hope that if he is on the season, that he's not a dictator like he was on Big Brother 19, because I don't want to watch that again. Well, there you have it. Sorry this video got super long, but I had very strong opinions. And the other thing is, I didn't write a script for this video. I've noticed that a lot of the videos that I go off script and I just kind of freestyle it, they get a lot longer. And the speculating on Big Brother video, that was scripted, so it was a lot shorter. So I apologize for that, but I'm so grateful if you made it to the end, especially because, I don't remember if I said this at the beginning, but guys, Big Brother 22 premieres on August 4th. I am filming this video on July 25th, and I don't know if I'm going to get this uploaded on that day. I literally just uploaded that Survivor video a few minutes ago. Well, it's probably close to an hour now, because I've been making this video, right? But, so that's in a couple of days, and it's coming up, so I hope you guys watch this, because, I mean, I'm not really giving you any information you probably already knew about, because you probably already knew about these people, but, I like sending out my opinions on these people, but anyways, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you later.